Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Got an Hbar video for you guys. Wanted to give you an update and my thoughts on what's been going on with Hedera lately, with the whole situation that's been going on with it recently. So I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Alright, so today I'm going to be covering Hbar. As you guys know, there's been some drama recently with Hedera and some posts that were made online and some people FOMOing in and then a big sell-off. So we'll jump into that here. Let you guys know my thoughts with Hbar and whether I think it's a good investment, whether I think that people should have bought or sold based off of what happened recently. So let's jump into it here. Right, so first of all, the crypto total market cap is under 2.5 trillion now. As of this recording, so keep that in mind. Prices fluctuate. Bitcoin down to under 64,000 now, so I'm hoping we'll hold above the 60,000 mark. But if we don't and we go lower, we're probably going to get down to 57, 53,000 in that range. In my opinion, it's healthy if the market does that. People are going to freak out if that happens, but to me, it's just part of the game, and I'll be holding strong and adding more to my portfolio if that happens. So. The market's had a little bit of a dip, but nothing too major, nothing too crazy as of this recording. But we are in a volatile time of the market, and with SEC funding on crypto a lot recently, there could be some red days or red months ahead of us. We'll have to see what happens. So if we jump into Hbar here, we're currently at 11 cents. So what's going on with Hbar? We're under the 4 billion market cap currently. And if we go to the 7-day here, you can see this spike that happened here, and it got all the way up to like 18 cents. And then we've had a pretty big sell-off. I think that's around 30% or more on this over the last week or so. Not even, I guess, since the last 3 days or so. But what happened here? Well, Hbar or Hedera, there was a post saying that they had some kind of tokenization of the Blackrock fund on the Hedera network. We'll jump into that here, but I wanted to show you the chart here and how this was affected. So if we go to the chart here, you can see this big spike up to like 18 cents, and then it just dropped down from there. And this is on the daily chart. So basically back here on the 23rd, they got this news, the Twitter post that came out saying that and I'll show you here in just a minute, that the Blackrock fund was tokenized on the Hedera network, and everything, people started just buying like crazy because of that news. They thought they partnered with Blackrock, and it spiked up like almost 100%, like 93% from there. Now they found out the news wasn't exactly true, and now it's been coming back down, and maybe we'll get down a little bit lower around the 10-cent range or so. But I wouldn't expect us, even if it gets back down to the 8-cent range, it'd probably be a great buying zone for Hbar if that were to happen. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on this. But a lot of people had bought the news, a lot of people sold because the news wasn't exactly true, and people are starting to fight Hbar. But we'll jump into that here. So if we go to this article on CoinDesk, it talks about Hbar's price doubled as the market misinterprets Blackrock's involvement in tokenization, and then it says it fell by 25%. Actually fell a little bit more than that, but regardless, basically the token surged Tuesday after investors jumped to the conclusion that announcements that BlackRock's U.S. Treasury money market fund had been tokenized on the Hedera blockchain meant that BlackRock was doing the tokenization. The token gave back some of its gains when investors realized BlackRock was not directly involved. As the initial releases had stated, the tokenization was done by Arcax in collaboration with Hedera. So it was in collaboration with Hedera by Arcax, and it had nothing really to do with BlackRock itself. They were just tokenizing one of the BlackRock funds on the Hedera network. And there's a lot of networks out there now. They're starting to do some tokenization of these funds, so you can trade them on the blockchain instead of through the money market fund itself or whatever. And I don't know enough about that to give you a detailed explanation on how that works, so I'm not going to pretend I do. So this was the announcement here by this Mason Versailles. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he said BlackRock just tokenized one of their money market funds on Hedera. And so this post was probably the thing that kind of sparked this all off and made it go crazy. That post is still here, but I guess the post that he shared from Hedera on X, the post was deleted. It's no longer available. They took it down after they realized what happened. People kind of jumped at this announcement thinking that Blackrock had partnered with them, and they went crazy over it and started buying Hbar like crazy, double the price. And then the post has since been taken down. So go to this article here by Cointelegraph. They talk about the same thing. Hbar token pumps 90% on misinterpreted Blackrock announcement. The video shared with an announcement seemed to suggest that Onera, Archex, and Blackrock were partnered on the venture, and Hbar claimed it was bringing the world's largest asset manager on chain. So it was a misleading post, and people were assuming that they had partnered with them. That's not actually what happened. It was tokenized and it was put on Hedera, but you know, Blackrock had nothing to do with that. You know, Hbar and Archex, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, they decided to do this on their own and they tokenized it and put it on Hedera. It really had nothing to do with Blackrock itself. A Blackrock spokesperson confirmed they have no commercial relationship with Hedera, nor has Blackrock selected Hedera to tokenize any of the Blackrock funds. As we have in the past, Blackrock will communicate directly with the public on evolution of our digital asset strategy, the spokesperson added. So, you know, this kind of went crazy with it here. This was the original post by the Hbar Foundation. Today we witness real-world asset history as Blackrock's ICS Treasury Money Market Fund is tokenized on the Hedera with Archex and Onera, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, marking a major milestone in the asset management by bringing the world's largest asset manager on chain, and they tagged Blackrock on this, so it did make it look like, you know, they might have been partnered with this, but that was not the case. And then Cardano's Ghost Fund DAO founder Chris O'Connor posted, you know, Blackrock had no involvement with Hedera's development and he slammed the Hbar Foundation for the way it framed the announcement, saying, what did happen was a Hbar project through the secondary market tokenized shares of a Blackrock fund, much like I can buy a Rolex, take a picture of it, and post it on my X account. Doesn't mean that Rolex partnered with me. So, you know, they're kind of saying that they basically did the same thing here. Despite that, the price did jump and has since had a correction. This was the actual post by him saying, to be clear, Blackrock, the actual institution, did not select Hbar for tokenizing a fund of theirs. Blackrock had no involvement whatsoever and has had no connection to the protocol. And then he talks about this. But, you know, yeah, it wasn't very smart of Hbar to do this. I don't know why they did that. Yes, it's cool that they tokenized the Blackrock fund and put it on the blockchain to prove that they could do it. But whether or not to make that kind of an announcement about it and then tag Blackrock on Twitter or on X about it, it's kind of misleading and artificially pump the price. I don't like it when companies do that. A lot of people rushed into Hbar when this happened, and you know, now people bought it at 17, 18 cents, and now it's down to 11 some cents. So they're at like a 40% loss or so on their Hbar immediately because of that. Now, I think it'll recover just fine in the long term. I think we're just in a lull market right now, and I think towards the end of the year and in 2025, the price will be much higher than where it's at now. Hbar and Hedera is a great project. They do have some big partnerships. They've got kind of a unique strategy in what they're doing, and you know, they do have, like I said, big partnerships. So I think eventually the price will get there. Whether this will be Hbar's big bull run or not, I'm not so sure. I think it'll do well. I think it, you know, anyone who invested in it, will do well with it. But I don't think it's going to do crazy numbers. You know, my price targets for Hbar this bull run were somewhere between, you know, 50 cents and $1. And me personally, I would be taking out some serious profits between that 40 and 50 cent range. You know, and there's a possibility it doesn't even get up that high. But I think it will. I could be wrong on that. You know, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what it's going to do. I know some people are expecting $2 to $3 this bull run. Some people $5 or $10. That's never going to happen. Maybe $2 to $3, maybe, but I don't think it's going to get that high either, because I don't think that ISO 222 tokens are going to have their run this time around. maybe by 2030 we see something like that happen, but I don't think it'll happen this bull run. I do think Hbar is a great project long term, and I think that, you know, it'll do well over the long term. But you know, for this bull run, there may be better picks out there, but you know, that's yet to be seen. We'll have to see what happens with this and what happens in the market, because anything could change at any time. ISO 222 tokens could all of a sudden become a big narrative in this bull run, or these real-world assets that Hedera is doing, if they do something with that that's very creative and takes off, that could push it to do really well this bull run as well. So, and they might get into some kind of artificial intelligence partnership as well. You never know what they're going to do with that. So that is another possibility, and that could make Hbar pump. So you got to keep all these things in mind. They're not a small project. They got a lot of funding, and they got a lot of smart people behind the Hedera Foundation. So there could be some things that they do in this bull run that make it one of the narratives, and it could pump it and make it do really well. So that's pretty much what I want to cover for this video, guys. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the situation. I do think long term Hedera is going to do really well. You know, like I said, I don't think it was cool what happened with this, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't want to cover it right when it was happening. I had other videos that I had to get out and on my schedule for the week, but I wanted to make sure that I touch base with you guys on this and let you guys know where I stand on it. I still think Hbar is a great investment for you know, my personal opinion. You guys do what you want to do for you and your own portfolio. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not telling you what you should do or shouldn't do with your investment, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts on what happened with this situation. Don't forget to check out my free Telegram. The link will be in the description below and the pinned comment. And don't forget to check out my Discord. That is through a Patreon membership. That is also in the pinned comment and the description below. I appreciate it, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me.